Hi everybody. I'm very excited to share something that I feel is quite new. With Jupiter coming into Libra on September 10th, the world is looking for balance. Things have gotten awfully out of balance, haven't they? You look at our financial system that really serves only the very, 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 very rich. You look at our political systems, well, those are certainly going a little astray, aren't they? Educational system, it all needs to come into more of a balance. But what I'm seeing happening is it's time to bring disciplines together. We've had specialisms, you know, especially in medicine. There's a heart specialist, a lung specialist, a dermatologist, a this and that and the other. But we're beginning to know now that it's about the whole person that matters, not just these little itsy bitsy pieces. And that's why I'm excited to share with you today, bringing together what I feel are two very associated subjects, which are astrology and music, and how can we play with those to bring astrology and music even more to life. And that's what I want to share with you today. So in astrology, we've got 12 signs of the zodiac. We've got 12 houses. In music, we've got 12 tones. And then we're back to the C again. So what I've started to look at is, let's look at these 12s, because 12s appear everywhere, don't they? 12 apostles, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 days of Christmas. There's lots of 12s. And until the decimal system was imposed upon us, in England, we too had everything worth 12 shillings in a pound, and so on, 12 inches in a foot. So take two major aspects today. Let's take the square aspect, which is a 90-degree aspect, and let's take trine aspect, which is 120 degrees. For those of you who know a little about astrology, people know that the squares are more difficult aspects. You've got to work through them, whereas trines are easier, more flowing, more harmonious. Let's see how this translates into the music. So when we look at a square in music, we are looking at the relationship. So let's just take, to make this really simple, we'll call Aries C, Taurus C sharp, and so on, right the way through the 12 tones, so each note correlates to one of the signs of the zodiac. So let's take a square aspect. So Aries and Cancer are square. So C for Aries, B flat for Cancer. And here is a square aspect. Minor third. Yes, yes, you've got to work through it. It can be very beautiful. It's not to say that squares aren't beautiful. Okay, but they are not trines. So now let's look at a trine aspect. So when we get a trine aspect, we get the major third. So the square is the minor third. And the trine is the major third. So here you have a complete difference. So let's say you are somebody who has got a lot of squares in your chart, because what I'm working towards is I think you could play, or a musician could play, your astrology chart for you. I will, if those of you are interested, start to develop this, because I know there's something in it. Because we resonate, we talk about vibrations, don't we? And you can hear this vibration. You see, it can be very beautiful, but that is all square aspects astrologically, yes? There it is again. So there are many ways of showing this square aspect, but you can hear that it's got a melancholy tone to it. And then when we look at the trine aspect, which astrologically is a gift in the chart, is an energy that's flowing. And here we have something where you could have For example, let's look at an opposition in a chart. Opposition is where you've got two planets looking at each other, yes? Are you looking at me, pal, type thing? So when you've got an opposition, musically, you've got an augmented fourth, which is a dissonant note. Okay, so, and this wants to resolve. So oppositions, they attract, but they want to resolve, they want to go somewhere. Yes? So an opposition, let's say you've got an opposition in your chart between Sun and Moon. Donald Trump has an opposition between his Sun and Gemini and his Moon in Sagittarius. So one sees quite a lot of, shall we say, changes of mind, dichotomies. Yes? This opposition which wants to go somewhere. It's not comfortable sitting in the opposition place. And music is all about the flowing of this energy. And then what you get, so let's say you are born with a so-called difficult chart with lots of oppositions and minor chords. Okay, but let's say that what you start to get is we get transits and progressions, and then that very minor chart may grow into a more major chart. It becomes wider, it mellows, it grows into something. Now, how about if we can mentally, by choice, begin to resonate and change our vibration? To know what we are born with, what we have come in with, what we are working with, and to make those vibrations beautiful. Okay, it can be beautiful. And then you have something where, let's say, somebody has got just so many trines, it's like vibrations, there are frequencies, but imagine bringing together, it would bring, the music to me brings the astrology alive.